going to make our family spice cake. We've been making this cake for a really long time, and I'm going to show you how to make it, okay?
Okay.
We're going to use this, but we're also going to get another smaller pan ready because there's going to be extra batter, and that's what we're going to do. Look, I've got hot butter, all melted, and we're going to take one of these brushes, and what I would like you to do is you're going to dip it in the butter, and then I would like for you
Paint it on there.
paint it onto the pan. Make sure you get the sides real good and the middle part real good too. So go for it. So, like, pick up a bunch of butter, put it in there, pick up some more butter. Oh yeah, good idea. You're doing a great job with the center. All right. I'm gonna take some breadcrumbs, and this is important because the breadcrumbs are gonna help it from sticking less. So now the pan is all nicely buttered, and I'm gonna sprinkle some breadcrumbs all around the pan.
Okay, we will save that for later.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do like this, watch. I'm gonna make it go all the way around the edges of the pan, and I'm gonna do it over this one so that in case I spill some breadcrumbs, it goes right into the next pan. So this recipe wants 2 cups of butter. 2 cups of butter are 4 of these. Now, when you take them out of the refrigerator, they're kind of hard. So what I like to do is I get a bowl.
And then you cut it, and then you put it in the microwave, and then you get that painting thing, and then you paint it.
Well, no, this one we're not going to make so gooey. This one we're just going to make a little softer. So I'm going to get a bowl, and we're just going to microwave it for just a couple of seconds so that it gets a little softer, okay?
Okay.
Now, I like to use the butter that does not have salt, real butter, because I think that real butter is super yummy, and I think it makes the batter work better.
Okay.
About 15 to 30 seconds. We'll keep an eye on it though. We're gonna make sure that we get our oven nice and hot before we start. Okay, so 325 degrees, and it's gonna get nice and warm. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we gotta move it up like that. We're gonna turn on the mixer. Let's make it good. It's kind of creamy, and if we put the spatula in, see, it's kind of creamy and gooey. And now we need 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So.
I like how vanilla sounds like.
And you're gonna dump it in. And then we're going to
You hold it over here so we don't want to spill it on here.
Exactly. So let's move this out of the way. Here's a 1/4 cup. And we're gonna put it on top of there. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the blender again, and we're going to slowly pour the sugar in. And you're gonna slowly pour a little bit in. Okay, stop. Let it mix a little more. I'm going to turn it up a little. Okay. All right, now we really want this to mix for 3 minutes.
A little bit spilling.
That's okay. We'll clean that up after. But do you look at the bowl? See how there's all this stuff on the side? That's not going to get mixed in too well. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop the machine.
And scrape it off with that.
Exactly. So there you go. Can you push all that down to the bottom?
I do that.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take the spatula out. That's good. Do this, and then let's turn it on again. Can you reach?
The 2?
Let's do 4. Okay. So that's supposed to go for 3 minutes. Okay, so here we have 10 eggs, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to crack 2 at a time into a measuring cup. Do you know why we do that?
Oh, so we don't waste our time.
Well, exactly, so we don't waste our time, but also what if we cracked it into the bowl and we got an eggshell in there?
That wouldn't be good.
So make sure you get all of it out. Dip it. Perfect. And then put the rest of it there. Okay. You know what? You're going to get gooey, so let's just get them all in there first. We're going to do 2 at a time. Give it a nice crack. Big crack. Right. That's it. There you go. Perfect. And now, yeah, put it right back there. Now pour it into the bowl. There you go. Okay, perfect. Okay, go ahead and start it up again and let's blend a little more.
How many? How many numbers?
Let's do it 2. That's good, right there. All right, so we're gonna need 4 cups of flour. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 4 cups of flour in there, all right? Let's see, put some in there. And then what we're gonna do is, oops, shake it around. Oh, look at that. We're right, 4 cups of flour, right. And now we're gonna put some spices in there, okay? We're going to take.
What are spices?
Spices are things that come from the earth. Cinnamon, that's a plant. Allspice. Nutmeg. And cloves. We're going to do 1 tablespoon. Oh, even if you have a little more, that's okay. Cinnamon is good. So pour that in there. Now we need 1½ teaspoons of allspice.
This smells good.
Okay, there's 1. Go ahead and pour that in. Now we need 1½ teaspoons of nutmeg. So we're going to do the same thing because we got to get Jenny.
I don't get you.
Okay, smell the cloves. Cloves are kind of strong. So we're only going to put in 1/2 of a teaspoon of cloves. We're just going to do one of these little things of cloves. Okay? We're going to mix that all together, okay? Let's turn that off for a moment because I think that's pretty well mixed. Oh, we really need that. Okay, so now it's nicely mixed. We're going to turn it on and you're just going to pour a little bit at a time, okay? So I'm going to let it mix. There we go. And you pour a little bit in. And you don't want to have the mixer on too high because if it's on too high, the flour is going to go flying and go poof. So now we're going to add a little bit more flour. Try that. Get jammed.
Whoa!
Oh, see what I mean?
Wow!
All right. Okay, I think it's mixed pretty well. Let's do one quick. Oh, this is the first part of the recipe, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the bowl out, which I'm not sure how.
Don't want it to be messy when Nona's here.
We have to scoop only half of the batter inside. So do a scoop and pour it in. There we go. A little bit more. I'm going to help you because it's a little thick. It's more like a bundt. It's like a bundt cake instead of a regular cake. So
that looks like poop.
So now we need 2 tablespoons of very strong coffee. I have some hot water. Hold on. Now we're going to make strong coffee with it. This is instant coffee, and normally you mix a little bit of coffee with water, but we're going to put a lot in there. So go ahead and pour a big chunk of coffee in there. A little bit more. Okay, that's good.
Let's turn it around. I like how it smells.
You like how it smells? I like how it smells too. It's a nice coffee. All right, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of very strong coffee. Okay? We're going to do 3/4 of a cup of chocolate syrup. You can either use this, or it does come in a can too, so you can use it in the can. We're going to pour that in with the coffee, okay? I'm going to help you do this one because it's very gooey.
I have a little taste just to make it not a little bit.
So now we need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Only 1 little teeny tiny scoop of baking powder. You know what baking powder is going to do?
Make it tastier?
Well, baking powder makes things fluffy. You want to pour it in? There we go. Now we're going to
Blend it.
blend it. Nice and slow so the chocolate doesn't get all And we're gonna blend it till it's all good evenly.
Guys, this is good, you know.
Just like this. See, the white batter is on the bottom and the chocolate batter is on the top. The very small one for about 40 minutes and the bigger one for about 50 minutes or 60 minutes. But you want to make sure, depending on the size of your pan, keep an eye on it. And when you're pressing the top, if it puffs back up and it's not jiggly, then you know it's cooked. Or you can put a toothpick in, and if it comes out clean, you know it's cooked. Don't overcook it, but if you do, it's okay. But it's better if it's not overcooked. Let them cook until they kind of bounce back like that, not wet. If you jiggle them, when they're still wet, when they're not quite cooked, they jiggle. So you can test them in the oven. So we're gonna let them cool for a few minutes. We'll flip them, let them cool a little more, and put some powdered sugar on them. They'll be ready to go. The final thing that we need to do is put a little powdered sugar. Oops, that's a lot powdered sugar. So you want to make it snow.
Beautiful. Oh.
And so you just do a little sprinkle.
Oh.
Okay, can you go hand that to somebody?
Like who?
Start with Nona.